The Maryville Saints Hockey Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Maryville University Hockey Center. It's the pregame show for your Maryville Saints as they're about ready to take on the Midland Warriors for the third game in a row, trying to salvage something out of this weekend series, having dropped the last two games. A tough 6-0 loss back on Thursday, and then a 3-0 decision yesterday. Chuck, obviously, getting a victory here would be the paramount thing for the Saints, trying to get back in the winning ways. We saw a much better play last night compared to that Thursday game. So how do they build upon that, looking forward to trying to get a win?
Yeah, very promising play yesterday, Todd, like you said. 6-0 loss and then a 3-0 loss. But like we said, it was really a 1-0 loss because of the penalties they took very late in the game yesterday. But as I said a bunch yesterday, just build on what they've been doing. They're progressing. They're looking better. Build on it and see what they can do. I mean, it's very difficult for them. Injuries. I mean, they have gotten so many injuries right now. They suffered another one yesterday. They're going to be out without Emma Gerwitz. So she suffered a upper body injury. So I say, just build on what you have. Use what you got. I mean, a lot of forwards are going to be playing D. So, take what you got and move forward.
And I guess talking about that, the injuries, it's going to have to be very much what we saw in the first period, which was a complete team game. Whoever you send out there is a 5-person unit. It's up to them to kind of get the job done, because you're going to have a lot of people playing out of position, perhaps girls who haven't played defense since they were young.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still young.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like little kids. And it's everybody trying to step up, protect the goaltender however you can.
Yeah, and you never know. Coach Lang might find out that one of his star forwards is a lights-out defender or vice versa. So you never know what's going to happen. And on another note, Todd, real important game for them. It's senior night. They got one senior, so they're going to want to win for her, and she's going to want to come out and play the best hockey she can play.
So speaking of the one senior, let's talk about her. Kirsten Oderman is the one who's about to be done with her collegiate career, at least in terms of playing for Maryville. Obviously, you see there on the screen, everybody here at the MSHN staff would like to congratulate her, as she was one of the building blocks of this program. Year number 2, she played for Maryville from the start, and it's got to be a sad moment for her, obviously, with her collegiate career coming to an end. But she's got to be proud of what her and her teammates have accomplished. A really tough season last year. You could really tell that it was their first year in the program. They come out this year, obviously a little bit lax here in the last handful of games, but 10 wins on the year so far. That's a big step up from last season.
And how cool to be a part of a new program. And something that St. Louis and Maryville have done so well is the women's hockey programs. I mean, all across the United States, really, but we know how much of a hockey hub St. Louis is. But super cool to see all the women's programs started, especially here at Maryville. We get to see it from the ground up, and how cool to be a part of it, that Kirsten was, and the ones that have been a part since the ground up. Really cool to have on not only on your resume, but just to be a part of in general.
Good to see her be part of this program from the start. And it's been really impressive, whether we're talking about men's, women's, what have you, with this program, the way that they have built it. They've done things the right way, but they haven't necessarily done it slow either.
No.
The men's D1 program, the D2 program, they jumped up big time in wins season to season. The women have done the same thing here this year. So, I mean, they hit the ground running.
Yeah, they really have, and it's like I said, just really cool to see as we maybe hint at some more teams coming to the Maryville program here coming up soon. We call that foreshadowing, if you will, Todd. So really cool for Kirsten, really cool for the entire Maryville program, as I think they're doing some ceremony for Kirsten down here with her family. So really cool to see. Happy for her. And like you saw in there, we wish her nothing but the best in her future endeavors, wherever she may go from here. Thank her for, being a part of the new program from the ground up. And, hey, good luck in life, right?
Maybe coaching is in her future. A lot of former players for the men's side have come back, taken a spot behind the bench. Maybe that's something she's interested in, maybe not. But it is definitely something that might be open. Right now, the thing that is open is the scoring, because it is 0-0. We haven't even dropped the puck yet, so that is generally the scoreline when you haven't started the game yet.
Usually what happens.
But it is going to be game number 3 between the Midland Warriors and your Maryville Saints coming up in just a little bit, as Kirsten Oderman takes the flowers, celebrates with her parents, and ends a promising college career. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the game right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Howie's Stretch Grip Tape is a self-adhering cushiony gauze for better grip at the end of your knob. It's spongy for maximized comfort and cushion on your gloves, and it's soft yet abrasive to ensure the best grip. Howie's Pro Grip Tape is self-adhering with no adhesive to create an all-around grip on your stick knob. It uses a thinner material than our Stretch Grip Tape to create a coarse abrasive tack on your gloves, and it's used around the globe by professionals.
In today's sports world, high-quality video and accurate data are key elements for improving team results, player development, and fan engagement. Pixelot, the world's leading AI-automated sports production company, provides an end-to-end video and data solution for fans, players, and coaches. Pixelot systems are installed around the world and produce thousands of live matches every day with customized live graphics, ads, color commentary, and play-by-play.
Left wing feed goes.
At the end of the game, our AI generates highlight reels 100% automatically. Analysts and the coaching staff get video breakdowns and stats from VidSwap, Pixelot's video analysis platform. Each game captured is automatically broken down by sports professionals on a video editing platform for in-depth analysis. The real-time game breakdowns from live video and official data include shot charts, heat maps, and detailed game, team, and player stats. The platform offers a variety of editing and self-coding tools, so you can easily review plays and coach your team better both during and after the game. This all-in-one, cost-effective solution also allows you to telestrate, tag, and add notes to each move, and watch your upcoming opponent's matches on the Video Exchange platform. Pixelot produces and analyzes thousands of games every single day from over 130 leagues and tournaments around the globe. Join the AI revolution in sports.
College hockey. It's more than just what school you play for. More than just another sweater you pull on. It's about focus.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Maryville University Hockey Center. Todd Panula alongside Chuck Kraus, and we are here to bring you tonight's ACHA Division I women's matchup between the Midland Warriors and your Maryville Saints. Saints trying to get back onto the winning side of things, having dropped their last 4 games, 2 to Minot State, 2 to Midland, trying to win the rubber match and at least get this as a 1-2 series here this weekend. Your starters for the hometown Maryville Saints: Maddie Johnson will be back on defense, as well as Maggie Brawley, joined by Sarah Brooks, Sydney Poisson, and the senior Kirsten Oderman up on the forward line for the Saints. In between the pipes for the visitors for Midland, getting her 3rd start is Hannah Stone, 2nd in a row. And then for Maryville, it is Caitlin Cadrain, obviously being forced into action here as the Saints don't have any other goaltenders.
Yeah, she's getting the start by default, but don't let that fool anybody. She's been playing some great hockey, as we saw yesterday. So expect another good game from her tonight.
Quick centering pass, kind of stuck along the edge of the crease, and then the Saints defense was able to clear it out. Cadrain slows it up in behind the net, leaves it for Toole. She slides one up the zone. Saints pop it out towards center. St. Louis will backhand it on around from the far corner in behind the net. Picked up by Shearer behind her own goal. Tapped out of the zone by Midland. They come in on the attack. Martin was able to get there just a step before Toole, but she was able to hold her off, and Cadrain covers on the side of the net.
Yeah, great hustle there by Martin as she's coming up. A lot of speed. Came in out from her own zone, was able to beat Maryville defender, but luckily they're able to hold her off.
So it'll be interesting throughout this game to see who ends up with the most energy, because 3-game sets, not necessarily something that these players are used to. Every now and then you'll get a 3-game series, but most of the time it's just a Friday and a Saturday, or Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Then you get to rest.
As I'm looking, Todd, Maryville's got 9 players on the bench, and Midland has about 15 or 16. So, that's going to be way into play today, is how much energy Maryville can muster up and see what happens.
Trying to keep the line changes short is going to be paramount for Coach Lang.
Yeah.
Up the far side, Nab kind of fanned on it as it rolled over the blade of her stick. Toole with the second opportunity, sends it all the way down. Nobody with their arm up in the air, so they aren't going to call an icing. Opportunity to play it by Midland over near their bench. Warriors wearing their dark blues instead of the orange that they had on yesterday. Thompson pops one out in front, ended up in behind the net. She goes down, no call coming. Brought out of the zone by Flock. She lost it right near the Maryville bench, just a little bit north of it. Midland trying to connect with Mass up at the attacking blue line. Saints go the other way. Poisson and Brooks exchanged places. Couldn't get it under control, and now we get a whistle on a hand pass.
You know, as I look to my left, Todd, to see four Maryville Saints players sitting down here watching the front row. And it's just, 3. One was a mom. But, they're just, you can tell the looks on their faces. They're just like, man, I want to be out there. Unfortunately, the injuries have really, the injured bug has caught Maryville. So hopefully they get healthy here soon, and they have a full staff back here sooner than later.
Still got a couple weeks before the conference tournament, although that's fast approaching.
Mm-hmm.
So, regardless of how the regular season ends, doing well in that, it's going to really determine towards the end of the season what the Saints might be able to do. Shot, score! Allison Rakowski, leading goal scorer for Midland, was able to sneak that in on the blocker side. Great cross ice pass. Soft hands from Rakowski, and she has the finish.
Yeah, Caitlin Cadrain got over. But Rakowski, like you said, soft hands, accepted that pass. It was a 2-on-0, so she was able to accept that pass and put one past Cadrain on the third shot of the day for Midland. Much like, it looks exactly like the Tarasenko goal from the Blues this afternoon. So Midland goes up early. And, Coach Lang, they're really going to have to dig down deep and see what they can muster up.
So the Saints will obviously be hoping that they can have a comeback to the way that the Jets did against the Blues. That ended up as a 4-1 Jets win.
Man.
Saints would really like to have that as the final score in their favor. O'Leary skates it up the left-hand side. She's got St. Louis in support, drops it for O'Brien. O'Leary ends up jabbing the puck back to St. Louis, but she had it dug off the toe of her stick by Baker as she heads off on a change. In on the forecheck, Martin gets there first. You can see the Saints starting to look a little bit fatigued. Mm-hmm. Martin with it out in front, shot just past the right toe of Cadrain. This is really where the speed of Midland is going to come into play. O'Leary picks up the loose puck. He'll skate it northward, joined by Greenfield on the near side. Sends it towards net. Easy stick save into the corner. Brought on around to the far wing by Marcotte. She hits the brakes as she was spun around, but Stelzer came up empty. Puck went off of her skate. She's trying to keep it alive. Now she's in a wrestling match over in the corner. They dig back in along the wall. Greenfield comes over, throws a little whack at somebody's skate. Puck still along the yellow portion of the Dashers. Finally it squirts loose. Shearer able to avoid the stick check, and again slides a nice pass over to the right wing. Here comes Großdidier. Cross ice, nobody home. Saints pick it up. Out to center. Stelzer played it off the defender, and then Nab overskated. Putting it into the middle, looking for Poisson, but it rolled off of her stick. Good pressure on the forecheck.
Yeah, Poisson's flying out there. Would love to see her get something going this afternoon.
Brooks tried to dish it over to Oderman, and that ultimately ends up deflecting out of play. We'll have a face-off in the neutral zone.
We've seen Sydney Poisson do it before, and she's absolutely able, but she looks like she's feeling it. She's flying out there, like you said, a good forecheck, even string forecheck by Sydney Poisson.
Richards bangs it off the near side Dashers. Brooks had it off her stick. Thompson goes back the other way. Mass dispossessed by Johnson. A tie up here along the near side. Brooks steps up and gets a piece of it to knock it away from Henderson. And Brawley sends it up, trying to take out the coach.
Coach White went backwards off the bench, trying to avoid that puck. So he's okay. He gained his balance.
Got to be on your toes over there. Never know when the puck's going to come in. And that's one thing that I fully admit to being old school. I hope that they never end up putting glass in front of the benches.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I can't imagine doing line changes through just that one little door for everybody.
Oh, my gosh, that would be horrible. Yeah, I don't see that ever happening.
You'd basically have to, like, clear out, have one door for the guys going off, the other door for the guys coming on.
Oh, what a move. Oh,
O'Leary goes down.
No trip.
Arm
Wow.
stays down for the official as well. She had her skate taken out.
After the beautiful move.
Here's O'Leary to O'Brien. Shot on. Pad save.
Oh.
And the defense collects the loose puck.
Good opportunity for Maryville.
Back the other way. Flanagan tosses it towards goal. She had one of the insurance goals on the power play late in the game yesterday. Miller, who ultimately had the game-winning goal, she's out there. Digs in right in front of the Maryville bench. Puck pops back out to center. Lifted just wide of the goal. Ends up ricocheting into the corner. Robinson stepped up, was able to knock that one just around. Now Hayhurst put one into the mixer, but nobody there in blue. Hayhurst carries in behind the goal with a stick right in her abdomen. Now she's taken down behind the goal. Similarly to what we saw yesterday, the referee so far letting them play. Although that changed a little bit in the late stages of the game. As a nice pass into the slot. Backhander by Hayhurst. Wraparound attempt on the rebound. Puck still loose, and they score.
A scrum in front, Todd. It looked like Cadrain had it covered. I mean, there were bodies everywhere. We couldn't really track where the puck was at, but Midland was able to sneak it in, put them up 2-0 with 12:29 left to go in the first period.
So Rakowski scored back at 3:06. Halverson doubles it up. She gets the goal at 7:31, and it's 2-0 Midland on their 6th shot on goal. Saints will dump it in and go on the chase. Brooks the first one in, but just swatted over here to the near boards. Midland clears the zone. Out to the red line. Brawley takes a spill. She awkwardly tried to backhand that one away from the red line. Marcotte hits the brakes and she went into the corner. puts it out in front, filtered through to Martin. Saints will clear it out. Heinzman has the arm up in the air, but the goaltender forced to play it and cover it as Poisson was coming in. 12:56 or 11:56 left in the first period.
Yeah, and I hope Maryville doesn't get frustrated because they can absolutely be in this game and play with Midland. They got to realize, they're injured. They got to do what they got to do, but they can absolutely stay with the Warriors.
All it takes is one. And they're right back in it. Marcotte sends it over to Grosdidier over on the far side. Good step up from Toole. Ultimately jabbed out to center. Here's O'Brien. Wrist shot. That went off the defense's stick. Played back out in front. Tried to catch the goaltender out. I think that went off the side of the cage. And there's just too many Midland defenders over on that board battle. 11:15 to go here in the first. Saints slow it up behind their own goal. Trying to find a seam up the middle. Intercepted. That looked like it was offside, and it will be. Otherwise, that would have been a very dangerous play as they had Maxime Mass coming in.
Yeah, that you never know.
Neutral zone face-off. 10 shots in total, 6 for the visitors. Glover, almost over stick handled, tried to thread one through the needle.
Oh.
That one just goes under the stick of Stelzer. They're going to say she touched it, so there's no icing. Now Nab sends one across the crease, but ultimately wide. Dug off the boards by Christensen. Good pressure from the Saints, though, to keep it in. Stelzer digs in along the wall. Greenfield steps up, gets a piece of the puck. Loose in behind the net. Marcotte looking for some support. Shearer to the far wing. Hayhurst looks north. Mass up to the red line. That one went off the stick of Johnson. Otherwise, it would have been icing. One touch pass from Nab through the middle, given up to Rakowski. That's not the woman that you want to put it on the stick of, but her pass was intended for Flanagan, and she lost her stick.
Yeah, it looked like she just threw it.
Yeah, nobody touched it. She just lost control of it somehow. Here is Flanagan. Nice pass into the middle for Miller. She went through the wickets of the defender.
Yeah.
And the puck just a little too close to the goaltender, so she could not regather. So the Saints playing with fire on some of these zone exits, turning the puck over. Face-off win by the Warriors. They'll rim it around in behind the net. Rakowski on her backhand. One touch in front looking for Miller. Saints come up with the loose puck. They skated over their own blue line. Near side for Brooks. She's got a little bit of space on the wing. Trying to cut back towards the goal. Has to slow things up in the corner. Serve to the point. Aaron with a shot. That was deflected by Rakowski.
That's a hand pass, but they didn't call it.
Aaron steps up from the blue line to keep it alive for the Saints. O'Brien to Poisson. She took down Henderson. Now it's a 2-on-1, though, the other way. Good defensive play by Aaron to knock down that telegraph pass. Under 9 to go here in the first period. 2-0 score in favor of the Warriors. Up the Dashers. Miller sweeps it in. She'll head off on a change. Halverson. Strong stick, trying to dislodge that puck. O'Leary comes up, shuffleboards it in. Coney Bear bring it up the near hand side. Kind of tells Halverson to get out of the way. She crossed the red line. Now she'll go off on a change. O'Leary lets it slide on past. Here's O'Brien. She'll toss it around. St. Louis on the forecheck. Got a little piece of it, but then lost her balance. Johnson put a stick in. Good pass around her. Here's Halverson. Backhands it off the defender's skate. Johnson looking to go the other way.
with speed.
Johnson takes a little bit of a slash, crosses the red line and dumps it in. Tripped over the blue on her entry, though. Flock came up empty on the body check. Stick save on the shot from the left-hand side. Saints unable to hold the zone as there was a little bit of space on the far wing for Midland to clear it out. 7.5 to go in the first period. Saints starting to get a little bit of energy on the last couple shifts. Aaron digs in. Brooks makes the steal. Finds a man in the back zone. That was Toole. Emily Toole comes in on the corner. Serves it out in front. Somebody got to stick to that. Still ends up with the Saints. They cannot hold the zone. Oderman forced to playing defense. And now there's Grostadier in the far corner. Shot from Martin was blocked. Grostadier with a one-timer on that loose puck. Good save by Cadrain. A hot potato bouncing around some skates, ultimately covered up by the goaltender.
So some promising play. Like I said, the word of the day yesterday was promising, and Maryville's able to put some shots on, and 8-5. You know, it was way more lopsided yesterday.
Already passing their first period shot total, as they only had 4 in yesterday's contest. Brawley had it pilfered away. Mass. Good stick from Brawley, but it comes out in front, and then a deflected shot goes wide. Sky Thompson with the chance. Hayhurst had it knocked away. They try to spring Poisson out to center. There's too many blue jerseys in the vicinity. Saints changing their lines. Warriors tap it up the near side. Mass off the dashers. She'll go off on a change herself. Wasserman back in her own end. Good forecheck coming from Thompson. Slightly unexpected. Saints do get it out to center, but not for long. 6 minutes left in the first. Kicked into the zone by O'Leary. Rakowski on the near side boards. Trying to get it out of the zone. They do. Miller taps it around the defender, trying to chase it down. St. Louis will get there, but Miller walls her off, sends it out in front. Nobody home for the Warriors. Right back in, but on a delayed offside. St. Louis trying to go up the middle. Off the stick of Stelzer. Warriors toss it back the other direction. Now a one-timer from the short side on the far side, and a good save by Cadrain as she had to go post to post.
Yeah, good slide over by Cadrain. Able to see that. That's always a tricky one when the forward passes it from one side to the other from behind the net. So good on her, good save.
Grostadier got a little lackadaisical on the pass, gave it up to Greenfield. She pushed it on forward, but too much mustard on that one. Saints couldn't catch up to it in the offensive zone. From the middle to the right, intended for Grostadier. It ends up in behind the net. Brawley steps over. Grostadier jabs it away from her. Shearer steps up to the half wall. Stelzer got a piece of it, but not enough to get it away. Brawley with a little bit of a slash there on Grostadier. On the far side of the net. Marcotte looks back to the blue line. Dusted off once, and then the shot was blocked. Greenfield in a little bit of pain after that one.
Yeah, that's an ankle shot. That always stings.
Brawley looks forward, passed it to the wrong team. Second attempt, she's able to jab it out of the zone. In comes Poisson, she's all by herself. Stick handles past one, and then shouldered to the ice. Aaron takes it in the neutral zone. Puts it across the Maryville logo, up towards the blue line. And the senior, Oderman, was surrounded. Mass bangs it off the wall, and it rims on around. Under 4 to go here in the first. Cadrain taps it back the other way. O'Leary up towards the line. Brooks in on the forecheck as she was outraced by Christensen. Good steal by St. Louis. cleared out, and then referee actually helped out Maryville a little bit. And here's Thompson with a wrister. That one just went over the crossbar. Tony Bear to Rakowski. Knocked out of midair by Toole. She stick handles up the defensive zone, over the red line, past the blue, into the middle. St. Louis is there to the backhand, and she scoops it into the corner. Just couldn't get that puck to settle down. Brawley stands up Rakowski. Hacking and whacking right at the blue line. Miller into the middle, and now shot by Flanagan. Kadreen makes the save. Rakowski puts it wide. 2:50 to go. Passed all the way back to the point. A wrister looking for the deflection in front, but it was knocked down. Miller back to the blue line. And it does come over by a good foot or so. So we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone.
Some real good pressure by Midland Warriors, but some great saves by Caitlin Cadrain as Maryville's able to squeak it out of the zone, and Midland didn't quite keep it in, so we're going to get a face-off here, but luckily for Maryville because Midland was rolling for a minute there.
Shearer on the near side, through the middle, intended it for Martin. Instead, it's Aaron. Aaron comes in with some speed, but she's held around the perimeter. Slows it up, drives it into the corner. Not on for Flock. Warriors able to push it on around. Nab tried to serve one across. That was taken down. Blindly played over here to the near wing by Barker. Slammed over. Caught up in the corner by Toole. She had it stolen. Here's Grostadier. To the high slot. Solid stick handling. Late stick came in from Flock, and then another one. Stolen again. Saints get it over the red line as they try to get a line change. Saints only have 4 players out there. Now there's the 5th.
Yeah, now they figured it out.
Raleigh stepped up. Rakowski made the steal. Flanagan drops it. Miller with a wrister. And that one goes wide of the net. Drain leaves it for Oderman. Up the boards. Brooks slides it around. Flanagan back to center. Too strong for Miller. Raleigh steps up again. Over the red line, past the blue. Here's Oderman. Trying to jab that one away. Lost her balance in behind the net. Coney Bear. Numbers favoring the team in blue, but the pass avoided everybody. Wasserman back in her own end. Right in front of her own bench. Oderman through the middle. Hayhurst makes the steal and dumps. 40 seconds left in the first. Johnson up the boards. Slowed up by Poisson. She finds O'Brien, who tried to turn on the afterburners. Now we're starting to see those injuries come into full effect as the lines have been kind of thrown into the mixer here late in the first period.
Yeah, it's really, are you ready? Go. Are you ready? Go. I mean, you can't really positionalize who's going to go where. It's just if you're
O'Brien kind of fanned on the shot. It just rolled off the heel of her stick. Halverson just slows it up. And 20 minutes are in the books. So unlike yesterday where we had a scoreless first period, Midland gets on the board early, just a little over 3 minutes into the game, and then another one at 7:31. But still, given everything that's going against them for Maryville, a reasonably played first period.
Yeah, much needed rest for Maryville. They're doing exactly what they can with what they have. So I'm sure they're just happy to get this rest, go back to the locker room, get a drink, and come back out in the second, Todd. I mean, that's all they can really do. When you go for a line change, get a breather. If a forward needs a change, go. If a defender needs a change, go. It's just kind of let's get bodies on the ice. So they'll go out for the intermission and come back for the second.
So a much-needed rest for the Maryville Saints as they try to make a comeback from a 2-0 deficit. We'll see if they can do it in the second period. or perhaps after that. We'll take a break with them. When we come back, we'll discuss the first period and talk about the second in our first intermission report right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Mi brucia tutto, non vedo il fondo, non lo reggo un altro secondo.
Gambe a pezzi e manca tanto, basta mollo, non me la sento.
Non ho fiato e sono lento, non giocherò mai, zero talento.
Pedalate pesanti, non ho più spinta, ma quale cima, non basta la grinta.
Non prendo una palla, sono sfinita, male oggi, penso in partita.
The CCM one-piece boot.
The CCM one-piece boot?
If I had these in my day,
I could have been Connor McDavid.
I could have been Connor McDavid.
Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Helps make your feet faster, gives you a closer fit. Anyone can be Connor McDavid.
Looking sharp, bud. Good thing you got that one-piece boot, you duster.
Just a dream.
Go back to sleep.
Hi, I'm Keegan with How Ice Hockey Tape, and today we're going to be talking about using a skate stone. Skate stones are a pregame or an in-game tool to help sharpen dull or nicked blades that have lost their edge. When you're using a skate stone, it's extremely important to remember never to touch the bottom of the blade. It's only to be used on the sides of the blade. So what you're going to do, take your skate stone and you're just going to make a couple passes along the side of the blade, not using too much pressure or too little pressure, just making a couple passes on both sides. Using the skate stone is just a temporary fix. It's not a good substitute for getting your skate sharpened. Make sure to get your skates to your trusted skate shop for the perfect cut.
In today's sports world, high-quality video and accurate data are key elements for improving team results, player development, and fan engagement. Pixelot, the world's leading AI-automated sports production company, provides an end-to-end video and data solution for fans, players, and coaches. Pixelot systems are installed around the world and produce thousands of live matches every day with customized live graphics, ads, color commentary, and play-by-play.
Left wing feed goes.
At the end of the game, our AI generates highlight reel, 100% automatically. Analysts and the coaching staff get video breakdowns and stats from VidSwap, Pixelot's video analysis platform. Each game captured is automatically broken down by sports professionals on a video editing platform for in-depth analysis. The real-time game breakdowns from live video and official data include shot charts, heat maps, and detailed game, team, and player stats. The platform offers a variety of editing and self-coding tools, so you can easily review plays and coach your team better both during and after the game. This all-in-one, cost-effective solution also allows you to telestrate, tag, and add notes to each move, and watch your upcoming opponent's matches on the Video Exchange platform. Pixelot produces and analyzes thousands of games every single day, from over 130 leagues and tournaments around the globe. Join the AI revolution in sports.
Welcome back to the Maryville University Hockey Center. 2-0 at the first break in favor of the visitors, the Midland Warriors. And again, Maryville, compared to the score, they played a lot better than 2-0 would lead you to believe.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you kind of get to a point to where the stats are kind of bearing out how the weekend has gone. They've only got 5 shots on goal, which is more than they did get in the first period yesterday. So a little bit more offense. As you mentioned, about 3/4 of the way through that period, they look better offensively in the first period than they did yesterday, but the results just really aren't bearing fruit.
Yeah, I mean, we were just kind of talking, Todd, and it's like, how much can we talk about the injuries, you know what I mean, and how short the bench is, which is absolutely what's going on, because we've seen these guys fly out there, you know, the rest of the season. Excuse me. But, yeah, I mean, I think the name of the game really is just work through it, you know. I mean, they're getting shots on goal. They're looking, you know, they're looking promising. I keep saying that word, but that's just what I keep coming up with. So, I mean, work with what you got and kind of just go from there.
It's almost a situation where if you're the Saints, I don't think they're hoping for that, but they really kind of need just something to break their way, whether it's luck or just a fortunate bounce or what have you. Because they're getting some opportunities with those stretch passes, and it's either just barely deflecting off somebody's stick and then they lose possession without even getting an offensive chance. And it seems like if they could connect on one of those and maybe get a goal off of that, then that would really spring some life into them.
Yeah, I mean, we can't forget. I mean, right now they're scoreless for this little series against Midland. So yeah, you're right. If they can get one, that might just have enough spark to, light something under them, and they'll go on a run. But, yeah, I think just getting that first goal is so very important. They're getting the shots on, and they just got to capitalize.
So for the third period, if you're Coach Lang, what are you telling your troops out there? Because obviously we saw a little bit of fatigue starting to set in. They've got the short bench. You got forwards playing defense. Your goaltender's under siege a little bit, not quite as much as we've seen throughout this series, but still facing a lot of shots. So what can they do to try to counteract it going into the second period?
Yeah, short shifts, get a pass out of the zone, get a rush, and get a line change. I mean, they all got to accept that they're all going to be playing all over the place, forward, defense. Heck, we might see Sydney Poisson in the goal in the third period. You never know.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not. She's a heck of a hockey player. So, yeah, I think just accept what they've got, know they're going to be playing any position, and just kind of go out there and play for your team.
All right, that'll wrap up our intermission report. When we come back, we'll have the puck drop on the second period. This is Maryville Saints hockey.
Red Roofing, wherever you live, from Bridgeton to Baldwin, Brentwood to Kirkwood, St. Anne to St. Charles, wherever you live. Hazelwood to Maplewood, the name you know. Red Roofing, wherever you go. For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof. Red Roofing.
St. Louis, 314-645-2000. St. Louis, 314-645-2000.
A lot of the times, students that are thinking about entering our program, they have a lot of questions. They've done their research. A lot of the questions that the students have are based upon outcomes. Where am I going to be 4 years from now if I decide to be in the Rawlings Sport Business Management program? Here, I'll show you. Here's where our alumni work now. We have students working in the athletic department at universities. We have students working for sports teams. We have students working for sports agencies, whether it be an abstract marketing, a Learfield Sports, an IMG. Those are a lot of the organizations that are hiring our students. And we do have a lot of our alumni who do work for sports teams, whether it be the Houston Rockets, the Kansas City Royals, the St. Louis Cardinals, St. Louis Blues. Many of our students have worked for those agencies and continue to work for those types of organizations now.
Howie's Stretch Grip Tape is a self-adhering cushiony gauze for better grip at the end of your knob. It's spongy for maximized comfort and cushion on your gloves, and it's soft yet abrasive to ensure the best grip. Howie's Pro Grip Tape is self-adhering with no adhesive to create an all-around grip on your stick knob. It uses a thinner material than our Stretch Grip Tape to create a coarse abrasive tack on your gloves, and it's used around the globe by professionals.
I enjoy working with Lauren because she's really consistent. She follows up, she makes the process as quick as she can, and just really helps get you in, get you out, and make sure you know everything you need to. Hi, I'm Jessica, and I bought a 2021 Ford Edge for my company today from Lauren Sutter. So my company is expanding their sales force and needed to equip our new business managers with a vehicle, and we reached out to Lauren at Lou Fuse to get them with the right SUV. She helped us find the 2021 Ford Edge. I purchased my first one from her a couple months ago, and the process was so painless and easy that I'm back again for my second one, and we'll be back again probably in a couple months to buy another. I think somebody would come buy a vehicle from Lauren at Lou Fuse if they're looking for an easy process, somebody who is not going to guide them in the wrong direction and help them get exactly what they're looking for.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. Lost together.
And welcome back. We're underway here in the second period with the score 2-0 in favor of the Midland Warriors. We do have a goaltending change to alert you of for the Warriors. Kayla Bailey, the freshman, is getting some time in between the pipes with her team already having a 2-goal lead and potentially going for the series sweep.
Yeah, so I guess they're going to give Stone's been playing some great hockey, so I guess they're going to give her a little bit of a break. Get some other goaltenders out there, get their feet wet, warm up a little bit, if you will. And hopefully Maryville can kind of take advantage of that. A cold goaltender coming in, and if they can get some shots on her, maybe get a few past her.
Yeah, getting some early opportunities, at least getting to test her will obviously be key. 45 seconds in here. Shearer sends it across the rink, intending it for Martin, but the Saints able to pick it up through the middle. Shearer backhands it off the Dashers to Marcotte, but it slips away from her. Saints can't send it over the blue line, and Cadrain will scoop it up.
You know, I always think it's interesting, Todd, as we're sitting up here, standing up here doing the call, how much, I guess because the voices are higher, I don't know, but you could hear these gals talking on the ice and yelling and screaming way more than you can with the men's teams. I don't know. It's just something I always think it was kind of interesting that we can actually hear what's going on, what they're saying, what they're doing on the ice way better than the men's.
Now that I look at the goaltender over on the bench, though, that's a mistake that I'm going to blame Coach White for, because we got a look at the lineup card and it said Hannah Stone. She's got the blocker on the right hand. Bailey has the glove on the right hand. The goaltender in the first period had the glove on the right hand.
Really?
So Bailey's been playing the entire game, and we've been calling her Hannah Stone. So I apologize to the Bailey family, but I mean, I can only go off of what Coach White gives us. There's a rainbow shot in from the left-hand side, and Cadrain makes the grab.
Well, that's very observant of you, Todd. That's
I mean, technically, I could have kept my mouth shut.
Coach, we're looking at you, bud.
Offensive zone face-off for the Warriors as Hayhurst comes into the circle. She's able to win the face-off. Driven down low by Richards. As Toole takes down, I believe that was Miller, as they both went hard to the ice. Icing will be the call against Maryville. With 2 minutes and change played here in the second period. Now they're having a discussion.
Yeah, so what happened is Midland was down in Maryville zone, and there was a mishandle of the puck, and it went all the way down, but the ref called it icing. So some of the parents up here going, what are you guys calling? It wasn't icing one bit. Midland was the one that cleared it down into their own zone. So the refs realize that, and they're going to put the face-off round right in the middle of the big red M at center ice.
Had to track the puck down. Nobody had ever claimed it in behind the net for Midland. Saints able to win the center ice draw. They feather a pass over here to the near side. Greenfield was turned around. Brawley steps up, gets a piece of it. Comes in on the offensive end. Shot was blocked by Richards. Knocked back out to center ice. Johnson had her pucks intercepted by Flanagan, who pops it into the offensive zone. Johnson backhands it to the near wing. Nobody was really expecting it. Brawley ended up getting a piece of it. Rakowski picks it up off the far side boards. Drop pass finds Flanagan. She carries on around. Still on the backhand to the circle.
Look at her stick handle.
Out of the high slot. Forehand shot. Rakowski picks up the loose puck. Couldn't get the shot away.
Good D.
Johnson was able to smother her. Conybear from the faceoff dot. Fanned on the shot.
That's dangerous because we saw how Conybear can shoot. So she was all alone right there at the dot.
So right now, Coach Lang trying to get some of his defenders a little bit of a rest as both Johnson and Stelzer were playing defense on that shift. Greenfield comes in. He's able to tie that puck up. Brooks able to pick it off the boards as Greenfield goes off on a change. Oderman back to Brooks in the corner. She's smushed up against the board, so couldn't get a stick onto it. Toole takes a hit from Conybear. And now Brooks comes over. Referee's right there keeping an eye on it. Now they're going to call a penalty over on the far side.
Oh, my gosh. After all that, and the thing about that, Todd, is he was standing there with his back to a penalty.
So Sydney Poisson takes the frustration penalty over on the far side of the net. And to your point, I mean, we're not looking through the official's eyes, so I don't know specifically what he saw, but he looked over his shoulder at the collision that was going on in the corner, then all of a sudden puts his arm up in the air with the penalty on the far side of the net. So, I mean, it feels like at best he saw that out of the corner of his eyes, but
right.
Again, we don't know for sure where he was looking. And nevertheless, a power play in the hands of the Warriors. First of the evening. Warriors were 2 for 3 with the player advantage yesterday, getting those 2 late power play goals. Right pad save. Cadrain was able to deny. Warriors still in control. Straight away for Shearer. That went off a body but stays in the rink. Rustadier sends it outside the circle. Hayhurst back to Shearer. Shot on, was knocked down with players falling all over in the slot. Shearer straightaway point. Looks over to the far circle. Instead comes near side to Marcotte. She steps up, blocker save, puck over to the far boards. Hayhurst cycles around inside the circle, now to the edge, down low to Grostadier. She overskates, jabs the puck over here to the near side. Marcotte taps it back and Shearer keeps it in the zone. Cross ice. Flanagan to Shearer. Shot on and a shoulder save. Puck is loose. Martin picks it up. Flanagan exchanging places with Marcotte, who actually heads off to the bench. Shearer slams on the brakes. He's out there with Miller. Good stick. Unfortunately, Stelzer lost her stick in the process. Otherwise, she might have had a chance for a shorthanded break. Toole comes on the back check, able to steal that one away, and she'll clear it out. Up the ice, 12 seconds left to kill off on Poisson's penalty. O'Leary tried to reverse check Conybear. She was able to hold on to the puck through all of it.
Good D. Step up.
Flanagan, if that had been just an inch more her direction, she would have had a breakaway opportunity.
Yeah.
Instead, the Saints get it in, and we're back to 5-on-5. Miller from behind her own goal, nicely around the forward checking of O'Brien. Toole is able to steal it away from Martin. Puck fluttering in the high slot. Saints can't get to it. Finally, Toole got a piece of it, and Maryville will clear it out.
And they're just going to cover it, okay.
We've seen that several times, and obviously when you have a freshman goaltender that hasn't had a ton of playing time, perhaps that's just kind of the better decision if she's not comfortable playing the puck. 4 shots on goal thus far in this period for Midland. 2 for the Saints. So there's a scrum along the far side boards just south of the middle portion of the corner. Brought out by Martin. She will dump it in. Brawley trying to get to it. Should be an icing call, and it will be. So the clock stops with 13:19 to go here in the second. Still a 2-goal lead for the Warriors.
Yeah, good kill for Maryville. Cadrain making some great saves on that penalty kill. And now Maryville going the other way. So hopefully a little spark they got going on. Get some shots on Midland's freshman goalie. See what happens.
Oderman in on the draw. Puck went over to the far boards, but Brooks was tied up. Oderman comes over to help. Still comes up empty as they get it out. Over the red line and past the blue for Ketterson. She takes a shot from an angle, was trying that pass off the pads, but it was steered away. Now it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Here comes Poisson from the left-hand side. Back into the middle, and the stick of Brooks was lifted. Stelzer steps up. She digs in along the boards, but the Warriors are able to come away with it. Ketterson leaves it. But the pass up the middle was knocked down. Henderson has to go back. Stelzer from the goal line. Hayhurst was able to pick up the loose puck. Aaron got twisted around. Now has to tie it up along the boards. Saints come out to board battle with it. Shot on and sticked into the near side corner. Stelzer again steps up, as does Toole. Saints winning some of these board battles. Getting some energy into the crowd here.
Good pinch. Oh, good keep. Come on.
Nicely held in along the blue line, but
Yeah.
the Saints can't hold on to possession. Trying to at least keep some pressure. Ketterson crosses the red line, feathers it up to the blue for Marcotte. She's bumped up against the boards. Almost careless stick handling there, though, from O'Leary. Dangerously close to the side of her net. Almost gave it up. Flock comes over to tie things up. She's in there with O'Leary. Grostadier and Shearer were the players for the Warriors. Saints get it over the blue line. Delayed offside. Maryville plays it off the near glass. But they were a little too far south of the red line, so it'll be an icing call with 11:22 to go in the middle frame.
I'm showing some of my fandom up here, Todd. It's hard not to have that push for Maryville. I mean, they're getting so close, and they're keeping some pucks in Midland zone, and 50-50 pucks that they go for. It's hard not to kind of cheer for them.
Saints able to win the draw. They come out with a little bit of speed. O'Leary sauced it over the blue line, but then it was picked off. Toole back towards her own blue line. Pushes it towards the offensive zone. O'Leary's in offside, but there's a penalty coming up.
Oh.
It's going to go against the Saints. O'Leary heads to the bench. Marcotte comes up the middle. Nice pass to Grostadier here on the near wing. Lane drives up as Toole came in, and now there's a bump on the goaltender, and now there's somebody down. That's Maggie Brawley along the side of the net. She took a hard bump.
Yes, she did.
And somebody's going to go in for elbowing, so I think Midland might have thrown away their power play.
Yeah, a good save by Cadrain, and then they put a stick on her. So
there's actually two players going in for Midland right now. We'll see if that's answered.
It looks like Maryville's going to have the power play here, Todd.
That's really an interesting turn of events. So roughing and elbowing were the calls against the two players in for Midland. One of them is Jenna Grostadier.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good save by Cadrain. The shooter put a stick on Cadrain, slashed her, and then Brawley, like you said, man, she was hit from behind. You worry about whiplash and stuff like that. I mean, she was hit pretty well.
So the extra penalty to Midland is going to go against Maggie Marcotte. Emily Toole is the lone player in the sin bin right now for the Saints. So it looks like we'll have matching minors that will wash each other out, and then the extra penalty goes against Midland, as they have 4 players out there right now. So, although I'm not sure how that makes sense, because Maryville should have 1 less player, so it should be 4-on-3, I would think.
Yeah, you would think with the 2 offsetting that you would do simple subtraction, but it looks like they're going to do a 5-on-4.
Yeah, they're going to say that they're matching minors instead of coincidental, which is somewhat of a definitional thing anymore.
Right.
I think it boils down to whether the refs want to punish the players or not. So it will be a 5-on-4 regardless for the Saints as they go on to the power play for the first time here this evening. And they win the face-off. So a good start as O'Leary comes up with the puck along the half wall, skates towards the circle and peels back. Knapp calling for it, straightaway point. Wrist shot was blocked in front. Comes over here towards the near blue line, and it's cleared away by Flanagan. Given up behind the net, Miller takes a cross body into the corner as O'Leary on the pressure. 3 Maryville players, finally they're able to steal it away. Johnson in behind her own cage. There's 30 seconds elapsed off this power play. Scooped back by Christensen, and the Saints will push the reset button again.
Yeah, hopefully they can set up here and establish something here on the power play. It's something they really need to start doing. You know, when you're tired and don't have as many players as they're facing, a power play can really be at some advantage.
Puck bouncing back and forth and up in the air. Now it's brought down by Rakowski. Brings it in shorthanded, backhand chance. Turned away by Cadrain. Good back pressure from Poisson as well to take some of the sting out of that shot. 45 seconds left in the power play as Brooke comes in. She's all by herself as the Saints were desperate for a line change. Warriors will clear it down. Aaron on her horse, trying to pick this one up and come out with speed. Gives it away at center ice. 25 seconds left in the power play. They tried to go north to Stelzer. She's able to cut it off along the wall. Back to the forehand and a poke check made. Shearer comes over and denies Maryville again. 10 seconds left in the power play. And it looks like that's going to go by the wayside. Oderman crosses her own blue line. Comes in onto the attack with O'Leary. To the backhand, forehand, outside, inside. She's taken down. That's going to bring up another Maryville power play. Puck sitting right there along the goal line. Johnson back to the far side point. Wasserman with a shot. That was knocked down. Richards gets up to it on the near side. The whistle goes. And back to the power play for the Saints.
Work hard, skate hard, and you generate penalties, Todd. That's what happens when you skate hard is they trip you up, they hold you up, and Coney Bear is going to go for tripping. So another power play here for Maryville with 8:32 left in the second.
The Saints obviously need to score one way or the other, but they would really like to get that done with one of the better players for Midland in the box.
Yeah, absolutely.
O'Brien wins the faceoff. O'Leary back to Toole. O'Leary, edge of the circle, shot, took a deflection in front. Poisson from the side of the goal, but that was knocked down.
Another trip.
And they're going to call Poisson for the rough, I believe.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you're right.
And it's hard to know what goes through the mind of the official because I can't say that wasn't a penalty. I do think it was. But it didn't look like he was going to call it until the rough led to the trip.
Yeah, I agree. Kind of a late call.
So that puts Poisson in the box. We'll skate 4-on-4 for 1:47. Then there will be a very brief Midland power play after that. Face-off won by the Saints. Brought out by O'Leary. She's taken out right by the Maryville bench. Tommy Lang with his arms way up in the air, wondering why that's not a penalty. Referee just kind of gives him a little bit of an eye and continues on his business.
That was a pretty good body check.
Up the near side boards, out of the reach of O'Brien. Second opportunity, she picks it up, brings it in all by her lonesome. 7:45 to go here in the second period, still 2-0. O'Leary had her pocket picked. Toole got a piece of it, but the Warriors will still clear it out to center. Raleigh shuffles it around the defenders. Flanagan comes up with it, goes blue line to Hayhurst. Hayhurst on the backhand, stick save. Not too much behind that, but still solid positioning for Cadrain. Toole tied up with Hayhurst. A lot of physicality going on here. Now Toole goes down to the ice. Referee's right in front of it, not going to call anything. Under 7 to go. Warriors look to go back to the blue line. That was picked off. St. Louis has her stick lifted. Toole will rifle it on around. Maryville with the change. 10 seconds left in the 4-on-4. St. Louis with the interception. Shot from the circle, and that will go out of play. Clock stops with 6:35 to go here in the middle period.
I like it, Todd. They're it's getting a little physical, getting a little chirpy. And Coach Lang is still asking the ref, where was that call? I mean, that I would say he's got a valid point. I mean, she was checked pretty solidly into the boards over by the Maryville bench.
And that's a battle that the referees are never going to win when it happens right in front of the bench. And that one went right off the post. Steam behind the shot from Johnson, but she draws iron.
Where's that shot been all weekend, Maddie? That was such a rocket of a shot.
Close to too many men on the ice for Maryville. They come in on the offensive end, and the shot steered away as it was coming towards the edge of the crease. 6:05 to go. Everybody back out on the ice, so it's all even strength. Stelzer pops one down low. Almost a headlock there. I believe that was Poisson. Oh, Poisson, not necessarily your average skill player. She's not afraid to stick her nose in the business. Rostedier stepped up, got a piece of it. Saints were still able to get it out into the neutral zone. Nab collects back in her own end.
Too many.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder what the linesmen are looking at.
There were they were playing with 6 players out there.
Both teams have gotten away with too many players on the ice. Here comes Toole, trying to take advantage of the defender who went down. They serve it back out in front. Toole peels away. She didn't expect that pass to come back. She comes over here to the near boards to help out this time. Miller able to scrape it off. Conybear over to the far boards. Rakowski cannot clear. Solid stick handling, out into the front. Oderman denied. She was on the doorstep, but just not enough room to get it up.
Gosh, would have loved to seen her score on the senior night.
Wasserman soups one. Conybear intercepts. Wasserman able to steal it back. 4:30 left to go here in the period. Saints building. Right now, they need to get something on the board. O'Brien blindly put it into the middle. Nobody home. That's going to spring a counterattack. Christensen slid it through the middle, but it wouldn't connect with Flanagan. Johnson with a hard pass up the ice for Poisson. No icing as she catches up to it first. She'll wrap it on around. They've got Wasserman open here on the near point. Poisson still in control. The puck loose right along the blue line. They say it stays in. But now here comes Thompson. One-on-one with Wasserman. Shot off the toe of the defender. Osserman comes over, gets the arm up a little bit high, gets away with it. Referee has been consistent, whether you agree with how he's officiated the game or not. Wrapped on around to the far corner, I should say. Thompson tries to go into the middle, as does Mass. Puck goes to the far wall. Toole and O'Leary dig in for the Saints. Toole's stick was lifted. Thompson comes up with it as Mass dangerously went into the boards, almost head first. She goes off on a change. Now driven in front by Marcotte, but it slipped away before she could take a shot. Marcotte takes a spill. Toole couldn't quite get it up the boards. Marcotte with a third opportunity, near side. Cycles it back into the corner. Grostadier, she's tied up. They scrum for it again. 5 players in there, 3 of them in white. Referee still has his arms down, so has no intention of blowing the whistle yet. Still has sight of the puck. Saints come up with it, up to the blue line, no further. Second chance for St. Louis. She doesn't get it far enough out. Maryville desperate to change. And now it's given away. Here's Grostadier's shot, and that one turned away. Shearer bangs it right back in. Saints probably only have about half their line changed right now. Up the middle. Banged right back in by the Warriors as they're going to get even more fresh legs. Maryville trying to complete their initial line change, but by the time they get that done, they'll need another one. Here's Flanagan, able to avoid the poke check. She tried to go glove side and scooped it over. Toole goes down. Backside of Miller came right down on top of her. Saints pop one up through the middle, still not out. 95 seconds remaining here in the period. Flanagan slides around the edge of the circle. Shot on and a right-hand save off the deflection. And then Cadrain throws a little bit of a punch as somebody came in her kitchen.
Man, back and forth, hard playing so far. Minute 26 left in the second.
Saints got hemmed in their zone a little bit for about 3 minutes, but still come up strong defensively. Off the draw, they come over here to the near side looking for Poisson, but it was on the backside of her heels. Brooks with a good play to knock it away, but then her stick is held. Caught up in the paraphernalia, take your pick. Poisson off the half wall, but she couldn't quite connect with Oderman. Johnson leaves it for Brawley. The puck ping-ponging back and forth. Under a minute to go here in the second. Swatted off the near side dashers and rattled on around. Shearer dumps it right back in with 45 to go. Johnson reverses. Brawley from the goal line. Up the near boards. Poisson just stands there. Oderman into the zone for O'Leary. She's on her off wing though, so she couldn't get much steam behind it. 30 seconds to go. Poisson can't hold the zone. Either can Aaron. Now it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Here's Martin. Backhanded towards the goal and sticked away. Martin puts it back out in front. Knocked out of midair. And it scoops wide of the goal. Great chance for Marcotte. Bob back out to center. St. Louis trying to catch up to it. 4 seconds left. She won't get a shot off. And that will do it. 40 minutes are in the books. Back and forth in that second period. And neither team with anything to show for it. 2-0 still your score.
An exciting period. Some hard-fought play by both sides. But good on Maryville. They're still able to keep it 2-0. 2 goals scored for Midland in the first period, 0 in the second. So good on Maryville. They're showing tenacity. They're showing some pride. They're playing some good hockey, given the cards that they've been dealt with all these injuries. So keep it going. Get a rest. Come back, Todd.
So we'll take a rest along with the players, but only for a couple minutes. When we come back, we'll discuss that second period and look forward to the third. This is Maryville Saints hockey.
Red Brick Roofing, wherever you live, from Bridgeton to Baldwin, Brentwood to Kirkwood, St. Anne to St. Charles, wherever you live. Hazelwood to Maplewood, the name you know. Red Brick Roofing, wherever you go. For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof. Red Brick Roofing.
St. Louis, 314-645-2000.
A lot of the times, students that are thinking about entering our program, they have a lot of questions. They've done their research. A lot of the questions that the students have are based upon outcomes. Where am I going to be 4 years from now if I decide to be in the Rawlings Sport Business Management program? Here, I'll show you. Here's where our alumni work now. We have students working in the athletic department at universities. We have students working for sports teams. We have students working for sports agencies, whether it be an abstract marketing, a Learfield Sports, an IMG. Those are a lot of the organizations that are hiring our students. And we do have a lot of our alumni who do work for sports teams, whether it be the Houston Rockets, the Kansas City Royals, the St. Louis Cardinals, St. Louis Blues. Many of our students have worked for those agencies and continue to work for those types of organizations now.
Howie's Stretch Grip Tape is a self-adhering cushiony gauze for better grip at the end of your knob. It's spongy for maximized comfort and cushion on your gloves, and it's soft yet abrasive to ensure the best grip. Howie's Pro Grip Tape is self-adhering with no adhesive to create an all-around grip on your stick knob. It uses a thinner material than our Stretch Grip Tape to create a coarse abrasive tack on your gloves, and it's used around the globe by professionals.
I enjoy working with Lauren because she's really consistent. She follows up, she makes the process as quick as she can, and just really helps get you in, get you out, and make sure you know everything you need to. Hi, I'm Jessica, and I bought a 2021 Ford Edge for my company today from Lauren Sutter. So my company is expanding their sales force and needed to equip our new business managers with a vehicle, and we reached out to Lauren at Lou Fuse to get them with the right SUV. She helped us find the 2021 Ford Edge. I purchased my first one from her a couple months ago, and the process was so painless and easy that I'm back again for my second one, and we'll be back again probably in a couple months to buy another. I think somebody would come buy a vehicle from Lauren at Lou Fuse if they're looking for an easy process, somebody who is not going to guide them in the wrong direction and help them get exactly what they're looking for.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. Lost together, we discovered ourselves again. And we realized that the things that matter deserve time. not going to leave anything on our plates. Because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there. And they never tasted this good.
The CCM one-piece boot.
The CCM one-piece boot?
If I had these in my day,
I could have been Connor McDavid.
I could have been Connor McDavid. Anyone could be Connor McDavid.
Helps make your feet faster, gives you a closer fit. Anyone can be Connor McDavid.
Looking sharp, bud. Good thing you got that one-piece boot, you duster.
Welcome back to the Maryville University Hockey Center here in the second intermission with the Warriors still on top by a score of 2-0, Chuck. Maryville, they're still not getting rewarded with that goal, but they're I mean, we talked about it in the first intermission, and they played even better in the second. They just can't seem to get that final shot in on goal that's going to hit the back of the net.
You know, it's like Groundhog Day, Todd. We keep saying the same thing over and over about the same two teams, right? So, yeah, I mean, what can you do? Keep going, keep playing hard. It really was a hard-fought second period. Thought Maryville was going to get one there towards the end, but just keep going. If I was Coach Langs, like, ladies, you're playing good. Keep going, get some shots on, and see what happens. I mean, it's not rocket science, and it's the same story. Like I said, it's like Groundhog Day. We keep saying the same thing. At least I do.
Right, and again, similar to the first period, but even more impressive in the second, was they seemed to get more energy as the game went on. Obviously, a lot of times you see fatigue start to set in, especially here in the third game out of 3 in 3 days. So we saw that in the first period. You started getting a little worried about what is this going to happen? How is this going to transpire? Is this going to get out of hand?
Yeah.
As my talking can't get out of hand. But ultimately, it's still 2-0. It's still right there if they could just get that first one.
Yeah, we're shorthanded too. It's just you and I, Todd. So we can maybe blame it on Marshy or Sean. Yeah, you're right. Get that first goal. Get some fire lit and go from there. I mean, I don't know what else to what word I'm looking for. A big word here. I'm looking for a big word like analyze. Like, how else can I analyze this game? And I can't. They're playing good. They're playing all these different positions. I mean, hey, Coach Lang says, ladies, you want to play forward, play forward. You want to play defense, get some shots on, and let's go from there. But yeah, like you said, they have been getting some more energy, and it's like they're almost getting mad at themselves. Like, come on, let's go, let's get that first one, and we saw it in the second. So another interesting third, like we said yesterday.
Let's take a look at those second period numbers. We know what the score is. It's 2-0 in favor of the Midland Warriors. Only out shooting Maryville by a margin of 8. 18-10 is the total there. Scoring chances pretty even considering it's 8-6 in favor of the Warriors. Block shots, Warriors getting the better of that, which does show that Maryville's getting some offensive chances. They just can't necessarily get as many shots on the goalie as they would like. And the power play's relatively even. Maryville actually does have a second one up there. That was, again, kind of a shortened power play due to the teams trading penalties back and forth. But it's a situation to where, as you said, Groundhog Day, we keep saying the same things. They just need that one little break.
Yeah.
And then maybe they'll get back into this game.
And I really want Kirsten to get one here for her senior night. I mean,
came close there.
She came so close. I mean, the best opportunity for Maryville so far came on the stick of Kirsten. So Oderman, as we're talking about her, the senior for the Maryville Saints team. So, yes, I would love them to get a goal, for Maryville to get a goal here. And I'm going to be selfish and say I would love it to be Kirsten because that'd just be really cool for her. Get that puck and, kind of hang that on your wall for the rest of your time. So, yeah, I mean, third period, here we go.
Chuck sending out the good vibes to Kirsten Oderman. We appreciate anybody that's at home trying to do the same. If you're a Maryville Saints fan, if you're a Warriors fan, you keep your juju to yourself. You've already got enough goals in this series.
I keep getting messages, Todd. DJ Malone, our DJ, who's out with the big C, COVID, has been texting us, and it's showing that he's watching the game. So, DJ, get well, buddy. We need you back here. As you can hear, maybe, there's no music going on right now. So we really miss you and your tune. So get better, bud.
So hopefully he gets over COVID soon, and we can get back to normal here in the Maryville University Hockey Center. That'll wrap up our second intermission report. 2-0 is your score after 40 minutes of play. We'll be back with the third period right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Just a dream.
Go back to sleep.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. Lost together, we discovered ourselves again. And we realized that the things that matter deserve time.
That looks good.
From now on, we're not going to leave anything on our plates. Because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there. And they never tasted this good.
Hi, I'm Keegan with How I's Hockey Tape, and today we're going to be talking about using a skate stone. Skate stones are a pre-game or an in-game tool to help sharpen dull or nicked blades that have lost their edge. When you're using a skate stone, it's extremely important to remember never to touch the bottom of the blade. It's only to be used on the sides of the blade. So what you're going to do, take your skate stone and you're just going to make a couple passes along the side of the blade, not using too much pressure or too little pressure, just making a couple passes on both sides. Using the skate stone is just a temporary fix. It's not a good substitute for getting your skate sharpened. Make sure to get your skates to your trusted skate shop for the perfect cut.
Hi, and welcome to Maryville Hockey. Kathy Kilo Peterson, State Farm Agency here, and I'm Kathy. We are so excited to partner with Maryville Hockey this year. Please call us if we can help you with any of your insurance needs. We have life insurance, auto, home, renters, health insurance, and more. We would love to be able to help you. Go to kkilo.com has all of our contact information. 2 winning teams coming together, Kathy Kilo Peterson State Farm and Maryville Hockey. Enjoy the game and go Saints!
This is the MSHN Intermission Report, brought to you by the following. Arco Construction, the design and build people.
Just about set for third period action between the Midland Warriors and your Maryville Saints, with the Saints trying to mount a comeback, trailing 2-0 after 40 minutes, with both goals coming back in the first period. 3:06 was the time of Rakowski's goal. Halverson at 7:31, all of the first period. Rakowski now has 20 goals on the season, including one last night.
Oh, those are good numbers.
Definitely an impressive scorer. Midland overall throughout this season has pretty much relied on 2 players to do most of their scoring, as Rakowski and then Flanagan.
Yeah, Rakowski, man. And Miller, I mean, I know we talked about her yesterday, but Miller can sure skate if she gets the puck there. I mean, she is a fast skater.
And Miller no slouch either, who now has 9 goals on the year, unless they gave her that second one yesterday.
Right.
But I believe they counted that one to Rakowski. Aaron tosses it off the near side boards, just out of the reach of Brooks, and they're going to say Brooks was across the blue line too early, so we have a stoppage with 19:14 to go here in the third.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 2-0 game. I mean, it's still anybody's game. You know, if Maryville gets rolling, they really have the opportunity to do something here.
Rolled on around, picked up by the defense of the Warriors. Shearer slots it up the side. Not very far, though. O'Brien able to hold it in along the sideboards. Back and forth it goes. Too strong for Shearer in behind her own net. Warriors will just clear. This one's coming close to icing, and it will be. So the clock stops. Quite a few stoppages here, and we're not a full 90 seconds into the third period.
Yeah, it's quite a few stoppages, and we joked, okay, here we go. No stoppages, let's go. Let's get the third period going. But we have the opposite. So face off to the right of Midland goaltender.
O'Brien able to win it, but somehow Grostadier comes up with it. Stolen by Johnson, then picked right back off by Marcotte. Marcotte sets it up. Grostadier put it wide. Cadrain may have got a piece of it. There was a good back check pressure as well. Jabbed over to the far side. Saints pick it up off the wall. O'Leary had it swatted away. Regathered by the Saints, and now it's stolen again. Blocker save, and they punch it home. It just snuck through under the right elbow of Cadrain. It was fluttering right along the goal line. May have crossed one way or the other, but it was tapped in by the captain, Cameron Hayhurst.
Yeah, I was going to say Hayhurst wearing the big white C on her jersey was right there to pick up that rebound as the puck snuck through, which is exactly why they say, folks, crash the net. You never know what's going to pop out. And Cadrain was able to make the save, but it just snuck through her paraphernalia. So 3-0 Midland in the third.
So we've equaled the score of yesterday, although it comes a little bit earlier this time around. Henderson back in her own end. Rolls on past her own goal. Lost it along the near side boards. Stelzer takes a little bit of a shoulder from behind. Hayhurst off the far boards. Saints able to knock it loose, but not under possession. Henderson bangs it off the near side, right in front of the linesman. Cadrain leaves it. Brushed up the near side. Saints trying to get it under control, unable to do so. Miller sends it up the boards. Intercepts as Aaron got a piece of it. Miller with a backhand chance.
Boy, that's stick handling by Miller.
Coney Bear lost it, and the Saints will change. Coney Bear skates it up. And she's going to head out. Johnson scoops it up towards the blue line. Here's Poisson to Brooks, and Coney Bear comes back. Johnson steps up at the blue line. Rakowski gives her a bump. And we've got a whistle from the far side linesman, so I think that came out for an offside.
Coney Bear proven to be the top defender for Midland Warriors. She seems to be everywhere in the offensive zone, gets back to her position in the defensive zone, and we all saw the shot that she put on yesterday.
Here's Maddie Johnson up the far wing. A little bit of a tug there. She got around the defender. No call. Raleigh steps up to keep it alive along the blue line, but it's not far enough north to where the Saints can do much with it. Off the far side boards, brought right back in by Toole, and she ping-pongs around a couple times before she went down to the ice. She has to tag up. Warriors get it up to the red line, caught up in the skates of the near side linesman. Collared on around. Tapped out by O'Brien, right back in. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the third. That's too far for St. Louis, and they're going to wave off icing. Henderson backhands it. Halverson across the line, looking for Ketterson. O'Brien puts it up through the middle. It's kind of a hopeful pass, and this ends up as an icing call against the Saints. 15:40 to go here in the third. Warriors have made it 3-0 on a Hayhurst goal.
Yeah, good rebound. Keith Kachuk style, picking up the trash as you crash the net.
Face-off won by the Warriors, and a shot taken. But the drive from Christensen was blocked in front. Again, trying to spring something up the middle for St. Louis, but passes have just been a little too far behind everybody all game long.
Yeah, second icing in a row there. Maryville still not able to get that change that they need. So I'm sure they're going to hopefully win the face-off, get a clear, and get a change, get some fresh legs out there.
Face-off pushed forward by the Warriors. That will allow the Saints to collect it in behind their own goal. They try to scoop it up the near side boards. O'Leary is able to just shuffle it out. Flipped right back in. Wasserman looks up the ice. Almost lost her bearings, and then O'Brien wasn't expecting that one at all as she was going off on a change.
Yeah, that much needed change that they needed. Yeah, she went off, didn't know the puck was coming towards her.
A lot of times that can be dangerous because you get the puck that close. Linesmen are within their rights to call too many players.
Yeah.
Here comes Hayhurst. Johnson able to win that stick battle. Almost miscommunication there between the Saints. Greenfield and Stelzer both kind of peeled away from the puck. Raleigh steps in. Arcott ties up Johnson, and now they battle in the corner. Johnson comes out with it. 14:35 to go here in the period. Raleigh on the wing. Swatted out by Greenfield. Just past the defender. No icing even if it crosses the line. Henderson to Shearer looking for Marcotte. Johnson stepped up, but Puck evaded her. Poisson to Brawley. Will send it on around. This one will result in an icing as the Saints were trying to change. They might have snuck one player off.
Yeah. And the ref's looking over there, telling them to stop. But yeah, I think they were able to sneak a few changes there.
And now they're going to have Toole go off, so she wasn't able to stay on the ice. 14:10 left to go. Richards picks up the loose puck, wrists it around the wall. Rostadier left it for Martin, gets it back. Referee jumps up in the air. Stick into the skates, no call there. Brooks brushes it forward and then takes a little bit of a shoulder in the chops. Richards around Oderman, finds a teammate on the far side. That's Grostadier from the slot, knocked away. Saints trying to spring a counterattack. They've got a player up the ice. Brooks on her off wing, waits, hands it off to Oderman.
Oh,
and
man.
Just offside along the near boards.
Another break for Oderman going into the zone. I want her to get one so bad here.
That was Emily Toole, who just kind of took a little bit of a spill as she was trying to peel back and touch up.
Gosh.
Oderman would have had a good look at it.
Yeah.
There was a defender in front, but still when you're in the middle of the ice, you have a better shooting lane available. Moss taps it around the defender. Toole comes back to pick it up, goes to the backhand, flips it over here to the near side. Mass ties it up with O'Leary. O'Leary wins that. Comes out 3-on-2 if they hurry, but stepping up is Coney Bear. Toole back in her own end.
Oh, no.
Gives it away in the middle. Here's Thompson. Lost control of it. Jabbed it hard off the end wall. Hayhurst looks out in front and then is tied up. Still got the pass off to Thompson. Defended by Toole. A lot of leaning going on there. Up the middle, out of the reach of St. Louis. Aaron back in her own end, trying to catch the Warriors in a change. Again, off the heel of the stick. That has been the story all game long for Maryville. Either just behind the player or off the heel of the stick or just out of the reach of the toe. Looking for a setup pass instead of backhanded chance. That's scooped wide. Shearer blindly wrists it towards goal. Had the goaltender slightly out of position. The shot went wide by about a yard. O'Brien up to the red line, off a defensive stick. That'll negate an icing call. 8 minutes played here in the third. 3-0 is your score. Warriors in charge. Nab digs it off the boards. Flock got a piece of it, sending it on around. Miller collects for the Warriors. Trying a cross-ice pass. Johnson spotted that one. Miller's still going to bring it in on the attack from the left wing. From the circle, she hits the outside of the post. There was a little bit of space there above that shoulder. Nab, stick handles around, plays it off the defender, recollects in the corner. Brawley skates up, puts it into the mixer, but Stelzer was tied up. Nab swats at it. Marcotte into the body of Poisson. Poisson takes a shot, blocker save. First really clean look of this period for Maryville.
Yeah, good shot on by Poisson. And nice.
That crosses all the requisite lines, so it is an icing call. Clock stops with 10:59 to go.
Yeah, and that resulted from some nice little forechecking going on in Midland zone. Poisson was able to get that nice shot, a clean look, a good blocker save by Midland Warriors goaltender.
Oderman is right back out there, as well as Brooks and Poisson. Brooks gets a piece of it, ties it up, trying to hand it off. Poisson scoops it towards goal, but the sweep shot was from too tough of an angle. Cut off on the way through by Shearer. Good step over, denying that easy entry. Marcotte still comes in.
Good D.
And Brooks comes all the way back, and they're going to call her for a penalty.
They both went hard into the boards. I don't think that was a call. I believe it was a good effort, a good back check, and they both kind of tied up one another and went into the boards. So they're gonna call rough. Wow.
I think it was that last little thrust into the boards that kind of did in Brooks. I agree with you overall. Just two players going hard in for the puck.
Sure.
Brooks being the trailing player, you're almost always going to get called for that in the eyes of the officials. So that will be the third power play for Midland. Martin wins the draw, and they come back near point to Cunnybear. She walks the line, goes far side. Miller looking to eye up a shot. Cunnybear straight away, near circle for Flanagan. Into the mixer. They were trying to set up Rakowski. That was knocked away. Flanagan, one-timer. She was calling for it, but blasted it wide. Miller off the loose puck, shot off a skate. Flanagan into the mixer. Rakowski denied from the slot.
Good setup, good save.
Miller with the shot from the angle. Martin with a rebound from her knees, and Cadrain shuts the door.
Cadrain's got good positioning. She's always squared up. She's right there. She's not looking desperate, sprawling all over the ice. But in Midland, they're able to cycle and get some really good shots there on Cadrain.
We've talked several times throughout this contest about the energy level as Flanagan takes a shot from the circle. That one was knocked away. But a lot of times you wonder about the energy level of the players, and people forget about the goaltenders, especially with Cadrain. She hasn't played 3 full games, but essentially having to come in relief of Sawyer Duncan on Thursday.
Yeah.
She's played in parts of 3 games. And what fans don't realize is, you might be standing around for 2-3 minutes, but then all of a sudden you're shuffling back and forth, and I mean, that puts a lot of strain on the legs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for her to be able to make some of these quick saves that she's done shows that she's got the conditioning.
Yep.
Grustedier carries over to the far corner. Still 1 minute left on the penalty to Brooks. Marcotte had it knocked away. Guided past Grustedier, but the Warriors are able to hold the zone. Marcotte to the half wall and then back. Shearer towards the blue line.
Ooh.
Almost stolen away by O'Leary. And then the pop shot knocked down. Grostedier to Hayhurst as they work around the perimeter. Shearer steps into one, and that's again off a skate and wide. Hayhurst down low to Grostedier. Wasserman puts a stick in front of it. Shearer from the far point, near side for Hayhurst. Outside the circle. Toole got a piece of the pass, but it still goes into the corner. Grostedier sets it up for Hayhurst. Shearer as they walk the line. Shearer was about to give it back to Hayhurst, who was changing. Up the middle, and Henderson just barely gets that one to stay in. Thompson exchanges places with Grostedier. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey. Saints with a fresh player out of the box. Now they charge up the ice. Brooks trying to get a piece of it. She leaves it for O'Leary into the high slot, and she was dispossessed. Right as she crossed the blue line, about to charge into prime scoring real estate. Henderson sets it up. Filtered on through. Miller comes in with Rakowski. Miller from the wing takes a shot, and that was knocked down by Brawley. Miller with another opportunity. Richards at the point. Back into the near side corner. Rakowski was pinned up against by Johnson. Johnson takes the loose puck. Skate to stick for O'Leary. Up through the middle, trying to connect with Poisson. And again, it just will not stick on her tape. Poisson rides her player down to the ice. That was Henderson underneath. Rakowski over the red line and past the blue. Surrounded by 3 Maryville players. Still has the puck, sends it into the slot. Chance here, good stick handling from Hayhurst. It's held in by Christensen. Maryville fans didn't agree, but it did seem like it stayed right along the blue line. Brooks taps it up. No icing here. 7 minutes to go. Good hold in by Stelzer to keep that one alive along the wall. Aaron from the angle, looking in front. Puck was there. They just couldn't get it past the goaltender. Bailey with solid positioning. Aaron digs in along the wall. O'Brien comes out with it, looking for Nab, and that was out of her reach. Hayhurst tries to come rink wide, does connect with Halverson. Stick in the skates. That looked like a clear trip, but again, we've said that a few times, so yeah. Up the near side boards comes Keegan Shearer. She'll steer it on around. Toole picks it up. Gives it up. Good pressure coming from Grostadier. Drops it on back to Shearer. Makes the skate save. Shoots wide. Collision in behind the net. Saints come up with the loose puck, but it's bouncing on the far boards. Popped out front to Greenfield. She tried to let it go through the wickets, and it actually hit her heel. Marcotte back the other way. Shot was blocked. Brawley takes a swat. Takes down the player. Puck still there as well. 5:40 to go here in the third. Shots 24-15 in favor of the team with the lead, the Midland Warriors. Spring pass for St. Louis. She comes in on the left wing. Stelzer drives to the net. No shooting lane available. O'Leary trying to outmuscle the defender. Unsuccessful.
You're there. Good pressure in by Maryville.
O'Leary goes for the body. Forgets about the puck. Brawley comes up trying to help out. Wasserman
Push it back. Yep.
Pinches up to the edge of the circle. Stelzer steps in. Walls off the man. Comes up with a shot from an angle. Glove save made. Swatting it out of the air was Kayla Bailey. To the far side of the net. Stelzer pilfers it away again. Scooped out by St. Louis and then stolen right back by Barker. Grostadier goes skate to stick. Stood up by Johnson at the blue line. Gave her a little bit of an evil eye, but she'll go off on a change.
Yeah, good defense there by Johnson.
Saucer pass just under the glove of Poisson. Linesman initially had an arm up for icing, and they waved that off. Johnson going off on a partial change. Saints need to be careful about how many players they have out on the ice. 2 new defenders, though. Brooks had it jabbed away. Brought out by Flanagan. Skates over center. And it's wristed on around. 4 minutes and change left. That hops off the partition. Comes out for Brooks as she took the feed from Oderman. A bouncer in the attacking zone. Oderman swats it, trying to get with Brooks. Oderman going to go off for a change. As Toole comes back in her own zone to pick it up. Rakowski steps into Toole. Miller almost came up with the loose change. Saints find a seam on the far side. Drop pass finds O'Leary, and then her shot was blocked. Toole with a shot. That goes wide. O'Brien. They were looking for O'Leary in front, and again the pass just a little too far behind. Flanagan dives at it. Miller was streaking through in the middle. Instead, Brawley collars it around. St. Louis up towards the center circle, but no further. Both teams with a wholesale change up through the middle. Knocked away. Johnson taps it back in. Stelzer sweeps it into the corner. Flock catches up to it. Tries to ride the wave and go on around. Stelzer feeds it in front. They had Nab right in the slot, but the pass was knocked away at the last moment. Shearer will wrist it on down. This should be an icing, and it will be. So they're going to have to bring some of the Warriors back out on the ice. So we'll have a defensive zone face-off with 2:32 to go.
Originally, it looked like, to me, that it hit Midland player on the bench and came out, but the linesman saw it different and just called an ice. So, gosh, I hope they can just get one here, Ty. They've been putting on some great pressure, putting some good shots on Midland's goaltender. With 2:32 left in the period.
Puck was tied up along the faceoff, and then Aaron got kind of turned around trying to get it. Johnson avoids the slash, shuffles it around one defender, but then lost it right at the attacking blue line. O'Brien at the red, back to Wasserman at her own line. She'll skate it up the middle. Past a couple defensive sticks, over to the off wing. Puts it into the middle, looking for O'Brien. Warriors go back the other way. They get it out to center. Toole spikes one over to the far side. Wasserman back in her own end. Under 2 to go here in the third. Brooks takes the boards-to-boards pass. Stick handles through the middle. Tried to drop it off. That one was in the zone, so that's why
my gosh,
we couldn't collect it. Now we get a penalty here on the collision. Marcotte was taken down. So that will just about finish off this contest. Saints were already going to be hard-pressed to make a comeback effort. They will spend the final minute 36 of this game shorthanded unless the Warriors put in another one.
Yeah, Coach Lang is saying, now ref, explain this to me. 2 players go on the far side. They both go into the boards, and you're going to call mine for a penalty. But my lady was over here where there's no glass, gets checked into the boards, and nothing is called. It's got to be frustrating for the coach because he's seeing how hard, good save by Cadrain, how hard his ladies are playing and skating and trying, and then they get called on something like that. But it was just a hard-fought play.
Back to Coney Bear. She walks the line, wanted to take a shot. Lane dried up. Miller drops it for Coney Bear. Her wrister was blocked by Stelzer. Coney Bear back in possession of it. Flanagan, Coney Bear with the one-timer. Martin was there for the deflection. Still steered away by Cadrain. Flanagan, edge of the circle, and it'll roll past. 1:05 left to go here in the period. Stelzer knocked it away, denies the zone entry. Martin brings it in just past Johnson. Now Johnson able to out-wrestle Martin, but couldn't clear the puck. Flanagan to Shearer, who's just off the bench. Little rainbow shot, missed everything. Flanagan picks it up on the near circle. Tried to serve it into the slot. Rakowski was there. She drops it. Shearer with the shot. That goes wide. Martin going to head off on a change. Penalty coming as Johnson was taken down. Rakowski wanted a pound of flesh. Got it, but she'll spend the next 33 seconds in the penalty box.
Yeah, I was wondering if they're going to call that, and the ref was right there and threw his arm up. So Coach Sling from Maryville would not have been happy if something like that wasn't called as his captain was taken down.
So that'll bring the face-off into the attacking zone for Maryville. 4-on-4 action for the final 33 seconds of this contest. We'll see if the Saints can get a clean win and maybe a quick shot. Puck tied up, as are all the players. It's bouncing around. O'Leary took a spill. Poisson jabbed it in behind the net, and it's cleared out.
Be nice.
Should be an icing. Clock will stop with roughly 15 seconds left.
Enough time to win a face-off, get one goal here, Todd. We'll see if that happens.
No Kirsten Oderman out there for you, though. So you'll have to have to settle for somebody else should Maryville pop one in.
Gosh, I wanted her to get one.
Off the near side boards. Johnson tied up with Coney Bear. St. Louis from the angle. That's turned away. They try to stuff it in on the far side. Warriors collect it. 4 seconds left. It's tied up along the end wall. Coney Bear comes in to smush a Maryville player in between 2 Warriors, but that will do it. 60 minutes have been played, and the Saints were shut out in 3 straight games despite a valiant effort.
Yeah, great effort. I mean, you can't take it away from them. Like I said, playing with the amount of players they have and the injuries they got, one goalie, I mean, it was still, it could have been 3 10-0 games. You know what I mean? I mean, Cadrain played very well, as the rest of the other players on Maryville. So, you know, yeah, you lose all 3, you get shot out all 3, but the Maryville Saints should not hold their heads down with this performance. And on the other side, great performance by Midland Warriors. They came to play. They showed that. 12 goals for them this weekend in 3 games, so I'm sure they're going to be happy about that with 0 goals put in their goal. So, yeah, some hard-fought hockey. Maryville did what they could do, and all they can do is regroup, get some healthy skaters back, and come back with a vengeance.
So the Saints fall to 10-12-1. The Warriors improve to 12-5-1-1. That'll wrap it up for our coverage, but don't go too far. We'll be back in just a minute or so. We'll give you our final thoughts on this 3-game set and look towards the future with the Saints having some more tough games coming up as they open the month of February. Once again, the final score, Midland 3, Maryville 0. We'll have the post-game wrap-up in just a minute. This is the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Hello, America. This is a message for the brave people who want to get a degree online on top of all the other things going on in their lives. The higher education system is broken. 75% of Americans say it's easier to succeed with a degree, but only 25% think the education system is fine the way it is. Something's not right. Here at Maryville University, we've been bravely disrupting the higher education system for nearly 150 years by putting students first, not the other way around. And now we're bringing it online. We believe education is not just about earning a degree, but about pursuing and achieving your dreams. That's why we develop programs in partnership with the businesses that will employ the leaders of tomorrow. The future belongs to the brave. Let's be brave together. Be brave and learn more now at maryville.edu/online.
Welcome back to the Maryville University Hockey Center as we wrap things up here between the Midland Warriors and your Maryville Saints. Once again, a 3-0 win for the Warriors as they defeat the Saints for the 3rd game in a row.
Yeah.
And we mentioned it there as we kind of closed out things after regulation. A really tough series for Maryville as they get shut out in all 3 games, but it wasn't for lack of trying.
No,
that Thursday game obviously was kind of tough to swallow. They didn't have the pressure that you would have liked in that one. They came out really hard last night. We're probably disappointed not to get at least 1 goal. Didn't necessarily have the legs in the first period, but we saw plenty of Maryville-style hockey in the 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah.
And again, just couldn't crack that egg.
Yeah, exactly, Todd. Couldn't crack the egg. Couldn't get the monkey off your back, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, but as we were getting off the broadcast, like, I still am not upset with their play. I mean, they did what they could do with what they had. Going against a tough Midland Warrior team. I mean, we saw Coney Bear, Miller, Hayworth. There was they have some very skilled players. They're a great team, and Maryville is up for the challenge. You didn't get any goals, and you have 12 goals against. But that being said, the effort, the pride for the M on your chest was there. So all they can do is get healthy and come back and see what happens the rest of the season.
And it was kind of a series to where the star players, you mentioned a few of them for the Midland Warriors, they managed to step up, get things done. Maryville just couldn't really get things rolling, and some of that was due to the injuries. You lose one of your 1A, 1B goaltenders, obviously, in Sawyer Duncan, as they've pretty much split time somewhat evenly with Caitlin Cadrain. You lose Emma Gerwitz, your top defender, and they've had some injuries on top of that. And that's not an excuse, but it is the way that things play out. I mean, you can have players try to step up, but the fewer players you have out there that are regulars, the more a team like Midland can focus on somebody like Sydney Poisson and the top line for Maryville, and it's easier to shut down an offense.
Absolutely. And you're right. It's not an excuse. I mean, they're straight facts right now. I mean, they're just they've got the injury bug, and it's caught them hard. So, like I keep repeating, Coach Lang and the rest of the team just did what they could do. Had a lot of effort. Didn't get any goals, didn't get any wins, but the effort was there, and they know that they're a better team than what the scoreboard showed, and they're just going to have to keep moving forward. I know that's what they're going to do. I mean, I talked to Coach Lang yesterday, and that's kind of what his mentality is. He's like, listen, we just have to move forward and keep going and get some of our players back. So it'll be interesting to see next weekend some more women's hockey and see who's back on the ice for them.
Speaking of the scoreboard, let's take a look at the final stats of this contest. Obviously, the score favoring the Warriors with a final of 3-0. They won the shot battle as well, with the final shots being 25-15. So 7-5 were the shots in the third period. So Maryville, again, kind of making a game of it. But the edge of the scoring chances going the way of the Warriors. They blocked more shots. The power plays slightly skewed in favor of the Warriors, but ultimately with no team scoring on the power play, that really didn't end up affecting things as much. But the only thing I think you maybe wonder with the penalties was Maryville might have gotten out of sorts a little bit mentally. We saw Coach Lang showing some frustration. I don't think that cost them the game, but anytime you're thrown off your game and you're already behind the eight ball a little bit as it is, it can impact things.
Yeah, I think the penalties probably cost them yesterday. I mean, they were rolling when they were down by one, and then they get two penalties at the very end. Midland scores two. But today, no, I don't think the penalties necessarily hurt them. I mean, they killed off all the power plays that Midland had. So good on them having a short bench. But no, the penalties weren't really a factor in today's game. Yesterday, yes, but no more excuses. They just gotta, hey, suck it up. Let's go. Let's hit practice hard this week and get some players back.
So looking forward, it's going to be more tough games for Maryville. They've got a 1-1 series. They'll play Lindenwood and then Liberty coming up next weekend. So a couple tough programs there.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, the second weekend in February, you've got two against Davenport, and then they close out the season. Regular season, I should say, with a game against Grand Valley State. They're another program that's solid, men and women. So things don't get any easier as the Saints try to get past this 10-win marker.
Yeah, and like Coach Lang was, when we talked about last night, they're out of the top 10, I mean, 5 or 6 of those teams are in Maryville's conference. So very difficult conference that Maryville is facing. Still probably, hopefully after this weekend, hopefully they're still going to be within that top 10 ranking in the standings. But finish off the season, strong competition, and then you got the end. So keep going, keep moving strong, and put it all on the ice, leave it all out there when the nationals and the finals come up.
So unfortunately, a loss here. Hopefully you enjoyed tonight's contest, though. It was an entertaining game overall. 3-0 once again is your final. For Chuck Kraus and Eric Skelton behind the scenes, I'm Todd Panula. Until the next time, have a great one, Saints fans.